Okay, so in this video, we're talking about ReceptionXpert, the helpful AI receptionist that can answer all your calls, schedule appointments for you, and just generally be like an employee for your business. And here's the back end to that solution and what that looks like. So this is where you come in to get an overview of the calls, voicemails, details on those text messages, things like that that have been sent out. But most importantly, in the beginning, this is where you come to configure it. So you have all of these different areas that are able and open for customization. So you can customize your greeting phrase. Like mine says when you call it, thanks for contacting ReceptionXpert, your home for AI voice agents. We can assist you with customer service, booking appointments, and even with sales and qualifying leads. How can I help you today? So pretty cool. That's how it answers every call. And then the AI prompt, this is where you want to hone it in and fine tune it so that it'll speak in the way that you want it to. One of the things I had to adjust on here was this sentence right here: keep your answers concise and informative. That was extremely helpful. It was answering way too long in the responses, running on, and even timing out. So we don't want that to happen. And it was even answering some questions twice. So that simple prompt, that simple statement in the prompt changed everything. Knowledge base. So this is where you're going to place I just use text, but you can actually add a URL. So for your website, if you just want to paste in a URL, it's going to scrape your website and pull the knowledge from there. You can extract knowledge. You can extract knowledge from PDFs, or you can just add it as text, which is what I've done. Oop. So here is, I'm going to click on edit, and you can see you can do up to 20 pages of text, which is an approximate because it's one long run-on page. It's 25,000 words that you can do. And this back end, you can populate it. And this is where it'll draw the knowledge from to answer questions about your business. So pretty cool, pretty easy to set up. Okay, so now we're going to get into some of the advanced options that are available and the advanced settings, I should say, in the back end of ReceptionXpert. So what we're looking at here, we've covered the greeting phase, AI prompt, knowledge base. We do also have a call transferring workflow. This is optional. And what this can do is you can add a phone number so it can transfer a call to you should the customer request to speak to a human or whatever the scenario is. You can describe the scenario and prompt it to transfer that call to the number listed and extension, and then it will also give a response like, sounds good, okay, I'm transferring you right now, please hold. And you can add a number of those. You could add, if you want to get transferred to the billing department, you want to get transferred to sales, whatever it might be. So multiple transferring workflows can be added into the back end of the system. We also have the texting workflow, which, as you can see, I do have set up. Scenario number one, scenario number two. Again, you can add multiple scenarios to which it will send a text message to the person on the other end of the phone, assuming they're on a cell phone. So you got to say, execute when the customer requests a text, set up the call, or after you explain how to get started with the service. So this is the scenario, this is the prompt, which it recognizes when it should be sending a text message. And then you put in the text message you want it to send. And then you can set up a voice response after that's been sent and say, great, I've just texted you a link and to schedule a call from with our team. And you can set up multiple scenarios. As you can see, I have multiple scenarios set up, and that allows the system to go ahead and text for these various scenarios. Like this case, if they ask, where's the website at? You can just have it text a link. Intake form workflow. This is great for lead qualification. You can build this intake form and ask a number of questions. So you define the scenario. You can do it at the beginning of the call. And then the questions, you just add a bunch of questions. And this is going to serve as like an intake form. How many employees do you have? All of these different types of questions. This is all going to be dependent and varying on your business and what you do. So depending on what your business offers, you can set up this intake form and it'll give you all the information. All the calls can be recorded, as I'll show you later. And it can also be exported into a form. So this is something that you can set up and be able to access customer information intake forms. Okay, so next is the question and answer section. And basically, this is if you have an FAQ on your website and you want to go ahead and import those questions. So specific questions are answered with specific answers. And you just set it up like this, where you have the question colon, where are you located, answer colon, and you put the answer in. So pretty easy to do. You can go ahead and set up a bunch of different Q&As. As you can see, mine is blank. Mine does a good enough job just answering questions from the knowledge base that I built on it. But if there are specific questions that you want to make sure answer with a very specific answer, then you can go ahead and build this FAQ section out. This next section is quite technically advanced and sets us apart from the competition in terms of not only its capability, but it's easier to set up with this interface than it would be otherwise. And what this allows you to do is essentially pull data from using an API call, whether it's from your internal databases, CRMs, company information, customer information, product lists, things of that nature, or an external website, whatever it might be. You can go ahead and you can fetch that data into your system and it'll make an API call out, and the voice receptionist will be able to speak to the information accessed in that external database or external website or whatever it might be. So pretty advanced stuff. This is something that if you need assistance getting it set up, me and my engineering team will work on this for you with the setup services. And okay, so then we have the post call webhook. This is if once after the call ends, you can log analytics, things of that nature. And again, this is something we'll help you set up in the implementation process. You can customize languages. It's not recommended because it's still in beta mode at this time. However, it will be multilingual soon enough. We're continuously advancing. Our 30 plus engineers are constantly working on this kind of thing. So right now it's best used in English, but other languages are coming down the pike. And we have the advanced settings areas. This is where you can get your Zapier integrations, extension digits for internal larger companies that have internal extensions. You can add those in here. You can allow voicemails. I have that turned on. So if someone says, hey, I want to leave a voicemail, it'll forward them to a voicemail box. You can record all of your calls. I do have this set up. In some places, you may want to have the receptionist let the caller know that the call is being recording. For instance, in California, I believe that's a state law. That's the only thing you need to do. And then you can leave this on and it'll record all of the calls coming in, which is great for analyzing the questions, also listening to how the AI is responding in case you need to tweak any of the knowledge base or the prompting for it to do a little bit better job, which it's amazing when you tweak the prompting, how much of a difference it can make. Time control, and that's something I'll be there all along the way to help support you with. So all of these different things in this back end, myself, my engineers will support you through this, help you get this set up properly. And you can block robocall numbers. You can set up block numbers. You can give it a prompt in case you're calling from a landline that says, I can't text you, you're on a landline. You can temporarily disable the bot. You could do this every day if you only want it for after hours and so on. I think it's funny that we have it listed as danger zone because you're turning it off basically. So you want to make sure you remember to turn it back on. We probably will be automating a scheduling system so you can schedule when it's on and when it's off, so you don't have to worry about that. But these are all things that you can manage from the back end of the solution. And yeah, it's very cool. Quite a lot of flexibility built into this so that you can get a human like performance as an end result and ensure that your calls are answered in a very sophisticated, knowledgeable, and directed way that allows you to really, you don't have to replace a receptionist, but this can definitely do that in case, say, they leave and you don't want to hire a new one. You can use this, or you just use it in after hours. Use it for increased call volumes when one person isn't enough to answer all your calls. That's a great way to do it as well. And you're not going to miss those calls. And if you go to my website, you'll see there's a missed call calculator that shows you how much missed calls can actually cost your business. It's based on your dollar amount of your average sale, your closing percentage, what actual number of calls turn into a customer, and then what that means to your bottom line on a daily and monthly basis. So check that out. There's a lot of value in this solution, and give it a call, hear for yourself what it sounds like, and you can check that out. Thanks so much.